Thomas and Friends, making treks to great destinations. Dear Christopher, here's your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of the station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy. P.S. It's your turn to take out the garbage, son. The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue seas. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There's a windmill and a coal mine, and docks where the visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway tracks. Wait a second, who is that puffing down the track? It's Thomas! Hello, Thomas! Beep beep! Hello, everyone! Welcome to the island of Sodor. Hello, Thomas.
Hello.
Today on the island of Sodor, we're gonna meet lots of new friends. We're gonna meet Arthur, an engine with a spotless record. Then we'll meet Murdoch, a big engine who likes peace and quiet. Then we'll meet Faster, the Duke and Duchess's private engine. And he doesn't like drinking water. But first, a female tender engine, Emily, is coming to Sodor, and Thomas doesn't want to be late. Emily's new coaches. It was a splendid day on the island of Sodor. Thomas was taking Annie and Clarabelle back to the yard. A new engine had arrived and he wanted to say hello. The engine was beautiful, with shiny green paintwork and a gleaming brass stem. Thomas, meet Emily. Hello, Emily. Hello to you. Emily, collect your coaches, please. You and your driver must learn the line. Yes, sir, Emily said, and she puffed off. Thomas was impressed. Later, the only coaches Emily could find were Annie and Clarabelle. These aren't your sort of coaches, said the driver, but I suppose they'll do. Annie and Clarabelle were insulted. How dare you say we'll do, Clarabelle whispered. Emily puffed carefully above the track. How dare you say we'll do? How dare she say we'll do? The coaches grumbled. Later, Thomas saw Emily on his line pulling Annie and Clarabelle. Hello, Thomas, she said, but Thomas was cross. Those are my coaches, he grumbled. Give them back. But Emily didn't hear Thomas, and she went on away. Then Edward passed. And Percy. But when Emily whistled hello, no one tweeted back. Why is everyone on this island so unfriendly? She said to herself. She was upset. Later, Sir Toppenhat told Thomas, Thomas, I want you to collect 2 new coaches. New coaches? But sir, Really useful engines don't argue. Thomas didn't want new coaches. He wanted Annie and Clarabelle. Oliver was in the yard when he saw Emily puff in. He was surprised. "Those are Thomas's coaches," he said. "So that's why he was cross," exclaimed Emily. "I'll go and apologize." "Don't want new coaches, don't want new coaches," Thomas grumbled. "I'm gonna kill Emily the next time I see her." Later, Emily was puffing when a signalman flagged her down. "Oliver hasn't cleared a signal box," he said. "Please, go and see what's wrong." When Emily entered the yard, she could see that Oliver had stopped in the middle of the track. Then Emily heard Thomas's whistle. "Oh dear!" Thomas could see Oliver, and he knew he could never stop in time. Whoa! Emily charged towards Oliver. And with a huge effort, pushed Oliver across the track. Just in time. "Thanks. I did it." Later, Sir Topham Hatt praised Emily. "Well done," he said. "You really are a brave engine." "The bravest," chuffed Oliver. "It gives me great pleasure to present you with 2 new coaches." "Thank you, sir," said Emily. "Thomas, I'm sorry I took your coaches." "And I'm sorry I was so cross." Friends? Friends. Emily loves her coaches and being part of Sir Topham Hatt's railway. The Spotless Record. A brand new tank engine was racing across the island of Sodor. He was excited, and he didn't want to be late. "Right on time," said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas and Percy looked at the big tank engine. He was very smart. "Now this is Arthur," said Sir Topham Hatt. "He's here to shunt trucks and pull freight." "Nice to meet you," puffed Arthur politely. "And he's got a spotless record," Sir Topham Hatt added. What's a spotless record?" whispered Percy. "It means he never been naughty or made a mess," replied Thomas. The 3 engines were soon at work. Thomas and Percy were bumping freight cars. They knew this was naughty, but they were having fun. "Join in, Arthur," said Thomas. "No, thank you," wheezed the new engine. He'd never been naughty before. Arthur's first job was pushing some trucks to market. The trucks started to sing. "Rit-tit-to, we want to go. The fruit's going off 'cause you're too slow." "How rude," huffed Arthur. This gave Thomas a naughty idea. "Sir Topham Hatt doesn't like the trucks singing," said Thomas. "He must stop them." "Thank you," said Arthur. "I will." Arthur was glad he could keep the freight cars in order. "He'll never stop those trucks from singing," laughed Thomas. Arthur chuffed cheerfully through the countryside. Soon, the trucks started singing again. "Chuff, chuff, chuff, you tug and huff, but you're so rusty you can't even puff." "Shut up," huffed Arthur. "Trucks should do what they are told." The troublesome trucks were cross. If they couldn't sing, they would teach Arthur a lesson instead. "We'll show him," they giggled. "He can't push us around." Arthur struggled over bridges. And he huffed and puffed through tunnels. He came over the top of a big hill. "You can't catch us," laughed the trucks. "Whee!" Uh-oh. But there was trouble ahead. Doc has stopped at the crossing at the bottom of the hill. Arthur's driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Squashed fruit flew everywhere. Arthur was upset. His Spotless record had been ruined. Peep, peep! Oh my, what a mess, puffed Thomas. Sir Toppin-Hat was really annoyed. What happened here? The trucks were singing. I told them to stop, but they made me go too fast. Please, sir, it's my fault. Thomas told Sir Toppin-Hat what he'd done. Arthur, it's fruitless for me to say more. But Thomas, you must help clear up this mess. Yes, sir. Harvey arrived with the breakdown crane. He could see that there was a lot of work to be done. Everyone worked hard, and Thomas took the loaded trucks away. That evening, Arthur was having the squashed fruit cleaned out of his funnel. Hey, Thomas. I'm sorry I played a trick on you, said Thomas. Thanks for owning up to it, replied Arthur. Maybe Spotless records are meant to be broken, smiled Thomas. And then mended again, finished Arthur, just like friendships. Good morning, sunshine, brand new day. Busy day for the railway. Engines rolling to and froing, rushing by on the railway. But today is a special day for, have you heard the news? Something special is happening. Have you heard the news? Had you heard? Pass the word. Have you heard? There are 5 new engines in the shed. 5 new friends in the shed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you believe your eyes? 5 new engines in the shed. Celebrate the big surprise and raise the banners high for the 5 new engines, the great new engines, the 5 new engines in the shed. Emily, with her coaches green, is a bird to be seen on a railway. Harvey with his crane looks strange, but he'll take the strain on the railway. Salty is the dockside diesel, he'll tell a tale or two. Arthur too is shy but true, but he'll be there for you.
And look, there's Murdoch. He's so big and strong, he'll just go on and on.
There are 5 new engines in the shed. 5 new friends in the shed. Welcome to one and all, everybody say hello. 5 new friends in the shed. Thomas and all his friends are here, so let us raise a cheer for the 5 new engines, great new engines. 5 new engines in the shed. There are 5 new engines in the shed. 5 new friends in the shed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you believe your eyes? 5 new engines in the shed. Celebrate the big surprise and raise the banners high. Look, there's Murdoch and Arthur and Emily and Harvey and Salty for the 5 new engines, the great new engines, the 5 new engines in the
the shed.
I just used the new Friends for Thomas pamphlet for the lyrics. Is that a flex?
Peace
Hurry
and
up
love.
and stop using the same old gag.
I agree.
Sorry. Goods arrive night and day at the docks. Sometimes Henry and the other engines work so hard that their axles ache. So Toppenhap brought in a new engine to help with the heavy workload. It was long and had 10 drive wheels. He looked very strong. This is Murdoch. He's gonna be pulling freight on the main line. Ahoy, Murdoch! Shouted Salty. Welcome, Murdoch! Called Harvey. You're the biggest engine I ever seen, cried Thomas. You're a chatty lot, Murdoch said quietly. Soon, Murdoch was coupled to a long line of heavy freight cars. His boiler strained, and his wheels started to turn, and the mighty engine chuffed away. Murdoch longed for some peace and quiet, but everywhere it went, it was noisy and crowded. And the music didn't help either. At the end of the day, Murdoch was looking forward to a nice long rest. But Salty and Harvey were full of questions. What's the longest train you ever pulled? Have you ever went to Barrow? Have you ever crashed? Please, Murdoch chuffed. I want some peace and quiet, and I don't want to share a shed with chatterboxes. No need to be rude, huffed Harvey. We're only being friendly, matey. The next morning, Murdoch collecting another long, heavy train. This time, he huffed to the splendid countryside. It was splendid. At last, he had peace and quiet. But suddenly, his driver applied the brakes. There were sheep on the tracks. The sheep escaped from the field, said the driver. Through that broken fence. They tried to chase the sheep back. First this way, and then that way. They tried everything, but nothing worked. We'll never get these sheep to move by ourselves. I'll go and phone for help, said the driver. Murdoch was very unhappy. Bah! The noisy sheep were spoiling his peace and quiet. Sir Toppenham was enjoying his afternoon tea when he got the call. Sheep! He exclaimed loudly. I'll send Toby with the farmer immediately. The sheep were becoming noisier and noisier. Please shut up, groaned Murdoch. I'd rather be back with the chatterbox engines. Just then, Toby chuffed into view. Toby! Exclaimed Murdoch. Boy, am I glad to see you. Before long, the farmer and his dog got to work. And the sheep were soon safely back in the field. And Murdoch was on his way again. Thanks, Toby! You're welcome! That evening, Murdoch parked between Harvey and Salty, but Murdoch spoke first. I'm sorry that I was cross, he chuffed. I'm very pleased to share a shed with you. And we're pleased to have your company, said Harvey. Reminds me of a story, said Salty. Murdoch smiled. The sound of ba 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 would have kept him awake, but the Salty story would set him happily to sleep. Or so he thought.
Wait, hang on. What does that mean?
Gordon and Spencer. It was a sunny day on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were working hard. Gordon was feeling very excited. Good morning, Thomas. I look my best.
And do you know why?
Why? Asked Thomas.
Because the Duke and Duchess are visiting, and they'll choose me as the private engine.
Fair! Exclaimed Thomas. After Gordon had been washed and polished, he raced off to meet the visitors. But a signal diverted him onto a siding.
Oh my! I'm going to be late, grumbled Gordon.
Suddenly, a huge engine rocketed past him.
Narrator!
Who was that? Gordon found out soon enough. The engine was humming to life.
Who are you?
This is Spencer, said James. He's the fastest engine in the world.
Huh,
Said Gordon, but secretly he was impressed.
I am the Duke and Duchess's private engine. I take them everywhere, said
Spencer.
There'll be a party for the Duke and Duchesses at Marin Station.
That's far away over Gordon's Hill, said James.
You need to take on plenty of water, said Gordon.
Huh, I have plenty of water, said Spencer, and he raced off.
I was only trying to be useful, said Gordon. Time to go!
Spencer showed the Duke and Duchesses many beautiful sights. But he never stopped to take on water, not even once. Gordon and Thomas were collecting passengers when Spencer raced by on his way to the party.
Don't forget to take on water! Who cares? I don't care. Fuck off. Who cares?
You'll be in trouble soon, said Thomas. And sure enough, he was. He ran out of water on Gordon's Hill.
Why didn't I listen?
Sir Topham soon heard the news.
I'll send Gordon.
Period. When Gordon arrived at the station master was waiting. You have to rescue Spencer. He's stuck on the hill.
Hurry, said Gordon's driver.
Huh, oh, oh. Gordon was looking forward to seeing Spencer.
Run out of water? Yes, I must have a leaky tank.
Perhaps, smiled Gordon.
Well, but we better hurry. Everyone is waiting.
Gordon switched to Spencer's line and was coupled up. Then they set off.
See, Spencer, said Gordon, we're right on time.
But Spencer was embarrassed.
What do you think of Spencer now?
Whispered Thomas.
Too much puff and not enough steam.
Well done, Gordon, said Sir Topham.
You really are the fastest engine on Sodor.
I know that, chuckled Gordon.